it did all of the God Sword special attack
That
as one. And it also made you say wolf.
Those are, but that sounds cool. I don't know what the special attacks are. I relatively know what the God Swords are.
Yeah, each of the God Sword special attacks, except for like one, are pretty busted. Well, I shouldn't say pretty busted. They are considered some of like the best special attack weapons.
Oh.
Because they have some of the best effects, except for one of them, which has like a really niche use case. It just freezes whatever enemy you're up against. Which normally can be done by a spell, but there's like one boss in a raid in which he's called the Mutadile. He's a mutated crocodile.
I probably could have guessed that.
You don't want to stand next to him because he ignores prayers and he will melee you for an 80. Well, that's the baby version. The baby version will melee you for an 80 and he ignores melee prayers. So like, what people will do, because he doesn't run at you, but he like slowly takes steps towards you. And because it was the first raid and the way things work, he'll actually move before his animation starts and then attack you before his animation has started. And so like if you're too close to him, so people just prefer to like bring that sword sometimes and freeze him. But other than that, like that God Sword has no use case. And then there's his mama. So like after you kill him, then his mama comes out of the water, and she's basically the same exact thing as him, except for instead of meleeing you for 80, she can melee you for 129. There is no way to get your health up to 129.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, so she can literally just one-shot melee you.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, I think the highest your health can go is 126. You can overheal to 126. Yeah, so like, I don't know how balanced, in all honesty. Like, on paper, when I was looking over them the other day, they did look kind of balanced. And then I'm getting into it today, and I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't balanced. Like, oh. You've got Endless Harvest, which basically woodcutting and mining spots don't deplete. You get double resources from them, and you can toggle whether to send them to your bank or not. Barbarian Gathering, you don't need tools, you just use your fists when you punch things. It's actually kind of funny to watch people do.
Fists and you punch things.
Yeah, so like you want wood, you punch a tree. You want a mine, you want some wood, you punch a rock. You get a knapsack which can hold 140. Who cares? We could send it to your bank. When failing to mine a rock, catch a fish, or chop a tree, you have a secret 50% chance to succeed again. Still, the thing that's good about Endless Harvest is literally you can click on a resource and walk away.
Oh.
25-minute, let yourself go until you log out. Except for there is one bug, and it's the exact thing I'm doing right now, which is harpoon fishing. Because so for the harpoon spot, the default click option is cage, and then whenever this moves, it'll run me to it, and it just default interacts with it, so it tries to use cage. It's a bit of a bug in my opinion. Spaghetti code. What's abundance?
He's only how
Abundance
many
was
years
actually,
old?
yeah. I mean, like, the leaks is a brand new code.
Not entirely, I would assume.
It mostly is. But the UIs and stuff are... These UIs are only like a couple years old. Only within the last couple of weeks have they had like an actual fleshed out nice UI. Abundance? This is actually like a possible option. Because anytime you generate, or anytime you get XP, you generate twice as many coins for XP. And that's kind of, so that's typically one thing you want to look for when you're doing leagues, is that there's always like a couple options for like, money making, just free money. And typically you want to go something where you think that you can get like an easy economy solve, so to speak. Because there are still, even though like it's Iron Man and everything, there are still giant money sinks that you run into. So like, for example, there's a dungeon in Karamja where you have to pay this dude like 800 gold every time you want to run in the dungeon. And that's not too big.
Fuck that.
Especially with leagues, you're only going to do it a couple of times. But he has a task worth 200 points, which is a pretty reasonable amount of points. That is a rune task. That's the second hardest task. Yeah, there's a task worth 200 points where you go to him and you unlock the option to permanently go in the dungeon without having to pay for 1 million coins. So it's basically like one-time payment of $1 mil. You don't have to pay him every time you go in anymore. But because it's a task, you want to do that, it's 200 points. And it's just like, it's free if you have a way of generating money. The second one, man, I always want these. The Sage's Brew stay on during sex. Oh, they called them Searing Boots this year. They always do a task like this, where like, you gain agility XP for running. And like, you have infinite run energy.
There's gonna be opportunity.
That's one thing that they decided was too annoying to not keep in leagues. But yeah, basically, you get agility XP for running around, and this one has some fucking effects. Hot fish are automatically cooked. 9 doors automatically smelted. Chance of picking up massive base will automatically complete the rack. That's kind of agility. 100% success rate for all agility and cooking actions. That's decent. I mean, the agility part is currently agility course. But like having 100% cooking is great because you don't get XP whenever you run cooking. But even so, like, all this solves is agility training. And it does help out cooking. Woodsman, all items are processed when squashing. silicon processing every time until your inventory is just processed. Chopped logs are automatically burned while wood cutting, 14 food for anything XP. You get buffs to hunter, 100% catch rate. Traps track down faster. You can get herb seeds. Hunter runes. Just get double XP. So this solves fire making by doing wood cutting. It solves fetching. It solves hunter. This solves getting supplies for herbs. It also is going to give you extra farming XP because of herb seeds, so you have to grow them. This just impacts your skills. It gives you more ways of farming more skills. Friendly forager. This was just gathered from wood cutting, fishing, self-stable. Yeah, this one's like kind of weird. The woodsman affects a bunch of skills, which is great. That's what you're going to look for. The most out of all the skills. Whereas like these other two, this really only affects 2 skills. This really only affects 1 skill. Tier 3 is like the teleports, and this one was actually the only one that's kind of balanced, just because they're all so shit. Compared to past years' teleports. Like in the past, they've had this almost every week, except for like this one, and I think it was next to. It's called like the Orb of Returning. But basically, whenever you teleported, it would save the position you teleported from. So like, let's say I'm fighting a boss. I just finished a kill, I'm out of supplies. Alright, I'm gonna quickly teleport back to a bank, resupply, and then I'm gonna hit the Orb of Returning, and it's gonna teleport me straight back to the boss. Or like, if I'm skilling, like let's say I'm out mining, I collect like a full inventory, I teleport back to a bank, and use the unload all my inventory, and use the Orb of Returning to go straight back to where my it was so good. We busted. Yeah, we typically have that. But this year it's really between bank heist, which can teleport you to any bank, or deposit box, and revive, which will teleport you to anywhere else. Tier 4.
I might give it a shot. I also did tell Void I would play some WoW since he's raiding with us this year.
Gotcha. Yeah, so that guide I sent you, that is like, it is a step-by-step list, like go here, do this, do that. But a lot of people follow that at the start because it will get you the first several unlocks very fast. Like it's kind of like an optimized path.
Yeah, I figured that's what it was.
His arm has a life of its own.
It got, so it got me to
The goal has latched onto the champion.
like it got me the first 4 unlocks after I finished it. And it got me very close to unlocking my first actual zone.
That's disgusting.
technically, see, this time we start out in Barlow, which is like a new area that they've added in the past couple of years.
Who knew they've been
And
filled with
they
a
also,
vengeance?
once you do enough tasks to get to unlock your first zone, it forces you to unlock Karanja. So everybody gets Barlow and Karanja. But then after that, you get to pick which zones you want to do, and you only have a choice of 3 more zones after this. I think
The president must pay for his crimes. Give him what for, champion?
and
And how long does the leagues last? Exactly.
April 15th to June 10th. 56 days.
It's shorter than I thought they were.
Yeah. They don't want to run them too long. Because,
His
like,
arm has a life of its own. Is this the power of the
They already
physical in one?
because there are people who come back
Oh
specifically
no!
for
The
these.
gore has lashed onto
That's
the
how
champion.
recording.
Don't panic!
They don't want them to. They won't.
His arm is slithering out. Oh, that's
It is for player retention. Like, they have straight up talked about like some of the business decisions behind the leagues.
I guess they're concerned about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Because, like, the first couple times that they've done stuff, people have been like, oh, like, why don't you invest more into this? And they're like, because we don't make money off it. They do, technically, but it's more about keeping players
Making enough money.
subscribed. Yeah. Actually, no. I think it was like at their convention, somebody asked like, why don't they advertise around leagues? And they said that, you know, they do, but they're very targeted ads because
Watch out!
they're not
That is one
advertising.
cruel coil.
They're advertising to people who have played because their whole goal is retention. And that's why, like, last time, I was like, no, Leeds is very not new player friendly. And I still kind of stick by that.
Once again, they slip beyond their opponent's reach.
But at the same time, I'll never know. when new player
Is
friendly
anything in RuneScape really new player friendly?
To fight
I don't know.
the
Kind of
game
defeats the point,
has
honestly.
the game has gotten a lot better in terms of beginner content. Like, and that's part of the reason why you started
Oh
listening.
dear me, the rings
They've added a lot of like early game content
Oh.
to Varlamore, a lot better ways of doing things. Really, there is still some late game content in here as well. Like,
Under
also,
down. Can they
things like
recover
the
from
Destiny
this?
slot for range. Doing with Macchiato is like,
And they're back in action. Can they turn the tide?
the first enrage-based boss that they added. And they also added like photo. One of these two things. The Helicoidal is like an easy half skill, half combat boss. Added a fletching maneuver, which I should do.
Real. Alice Reed.
Not bad. I only saw our proc point a couple times. I can't complain, but I'm not going to.
I mean, you already cleared, so.
Yeah. I was
Kind of like
a tiny bit tilted, but that's decisive. How's the Lost Ark crew doing?
They're doing alright, I think. I don't know, because we're pretty problem, so I can't say anything outside.
Yeah, some of them are still playing.
Yeah, so at this point, it's like a hodgepodge of the guild plus my stat.
Gotcha.
Kind of like 4.5 people pursuing stat. And then, yeah, because one came back and breed.
Oh.
But I'm not sure if he stays. So that's why I said half. And then the other 4 are from the guild that we normally play with. So
Yeah.
we have like
Good old
70
Mochi / Club Penguin.
Yeah. It is Club Penguin
continues to
officially.
run amok. Again and again, he remakes his arms.
Yeah, so they have 9 people still playing. I know. But I think a lot of them don't play as much as they used to. So.
Yes, you've got the 7 on the back tail.
That doesn't
Press the
surprise me.
advantage and finish
Just,
it.
knowing how the game's been recently.
I just think the repetition at some point just gets to the
Yep.
And
The battle is decided.
The repetition, the
Victory goes to
RNG,
the champion.
Yep, repetition.
shitty ass arc
Is it
grid.
the Lindworm's heart?
That's what killed my interest.
I mean, that's what killed mine.
Nick, check out
So-
the custom
Pulsating.
teleport animation.
Okay. Why are you dancing?
That's the one part I don't know, but you get like the little imps around you.
That's great.
You're like,
It's
yeah, I'm going to hell, but my mind
Transforming.
Do the gritty on them.
Avoid more islands. I don't think I've ever been this island.
Snake's alive. It's the birth of a new Lindworm. Alas, the battle isn't over yet. But don't despair, champion.
a scary back ripple.
This is not Iron Man. I just realized.
Well, this is Leagues.
Oh yeah,
Leagues
you
of
did say.
Legends?
League of Illegal Legends.
League
I
of
do need to play the new
Legends.
TFT set. I think it came out today. Yeah, I'll play someone Braden's back. I guess when he's around again. Be more accurate. But also Pokemon.
This is your Pokemon.
I need to build my Elo back up after tanking it trying to make Victory Bell work.
I mean, it doesn't matter in Ultra Ball or Masters.
Doesn't matter, but you know, the higher you get, the more free shit you get, and I like free shit.
Like,
Also, I like being better than Braden.
oh, it's
So
Braden.
bigger number means
the
I'm
Braden
better,
make it
right?
to
I don't
Master.
know. I don't think he made it to Master Ball. Yeah, I think he's still kind of flip-flopping around Ultra Ball 1 and 2. Ultra Ball 1.
I mean, last time
I know
he
him and
said
Jackie are
something-
out somewhere tonight, so I haven't talked to him about it. We were chatting a bit this morning about builds and stuff, but weren't really talking about. Didn't ask him if he made it to Master yet.
Sounds like the flip-flopping Ultra is pretty massive.
It's a bit rough, yeah. Because that's when you start seeing. So, Pokeball and Great Ball are stupid easy. Ultra Ball is where you start seeing people playing like all of the meta comps so that they can hit Master Ball. And then once you hit Master Ball, you stop seeing a lot of meta and you start seeing a lot of weird bullshit that you don't know how to predict.
So like,
Because that's when people are experimenting.
So like Victory Bell.
Yeah. Or like the fucking 3 rock slide spam Sneaslers I ran into today, which just makes no sense to me.
You gotta flinch them faster than they can flinch you.
Yeah. I do need to run some more anti-Sneasler measures in most of my builds. But yeah, we'll see. I have like 2 ideas that I wanna, once I'm done with this Reclear, I'm gonna experiment with a bit.
Alas, the battle isn't over yet. But don't despair, champion.
I also just want to make Mamoswine work. So just Mamoswine.
I haven't heard that
And
from
Dragon
Funny
Bolt.
Ages. I think I've seen that slide too often.
Mamoswine's good. He's like, he's either really good or really bad. I don't know how I don't know how he's doing right now. I assume really bad since like no one's really running him.
That is my guess.
The Lindworm is creating more of itself.
Oh yeah, Nick, I download Epic 7 today.
Nice. Why?
Apparently they have an event, a milestone event. And you get like 5-3 of the 2 elements that, you know, are better than the rest.
Yeah,
So
makes sense.
I decided to give it a shot.
Nice. I would also give it a shot if I had an account that wasn't like. I have an account in the game. I think I finished the
Some
tutorial.
curious thoughts have appeared.
I lost
What could they
mine, so
possibly be?
I created a new account under my Steam login now.
Oh.
Again, they've taken on the champion's form.
I didn't realize it was on
This
Steam.
bodes ill.
Huh?
I didn't realize it was on Steam.
It's not on Steam. There was something with...
But you just said you use your Steam login.
Well, you see, they have their own launcher, but you can log in via the Steam now credentials onto the launcher.
Interesting.
So my thought is, I think Smiley at some point was going to
And they're
have
down.
the games
Can
on
they
Steam.
recover from this?
I think something happened. So they have the Steam thing implemented on their launcher, but it's not on Steam.
Get up! What fighting spirit?
Weird.
I'll tell you.
I've got a serious case of deja vu
So
here.
I'm just having fun collecting stuff, clearing stuff, you know, to use, like, you know, get your dopamine receptors getting before you hit like that whatever wall. So far, I thought they changed the story, but it seemed like they added additional, like, tutorial stuff at the beginning, and then they slowly lead you towards, like, this original story.
Alas, the battle isn't over yet. But don't despair, champion.
They have this whole new, like, Veronica character, and not like Raz.
Talking about Epic 7, I just keep thinking, I miss Brave Frontier.
I too miss Brave Frontier,
That game
and
is
I
so
thought,
good.
I thought their new Brave Frontier game was gonna be good. But then when I saw reviews and stuff and gameplay,
Apparently they did like a re-release slash remake of the Final Fantasy Brave Frontier. And
The Lindworm is creating more of itself.
apparently it's
all
shit
the
too.
Brave, all
Yeah,
of
the Brave Exvius or whatever.
yeah.
I saw there was like a remake or something, like same name, same franchise that didn't look very good. Then again, the original Brave Exvius wasn't great either, but decent enough. Basically just Brave Frontier, but shitty.
Some curious props have appeared. What could they possibly be? Again, they've taken on the champion's form. This bodes ill.
I think a decent amount of Project games are supposed to be releasing this year, so.
Oh no, they've been felled with a vengeance.
Was it my fault?
Oh, they're up! What fighting spirit!
We got a bunch of cake meat.
It's good food.
It's like the food you can eat like multiple times.
Alas, the battle isn't over yet. But don't despair, champion! is creating more of itself! Some curious props have appeared. What could they possibly be? Again, they've taken on the champion's form! This bodes ill! And they're down. Can they recover from this? Huh, they're up! What fighting spirit! I've got a serious case of deja vu here. Alas, the battle isn't over yet. But don't despair, champion! yourself! Some curious props have appeared. What could they possibly be? Again, they've taken on the champion's form! This bodes ill. I've got a serious case of deja vu here. The mutation is corrupting the champion. Oh, let's hope they keep it together. Something's coming. Stay on your toes. Oh no, they've been felled with a vengeance! And they're back in action! Can they turn the tide? And they're down! Can they recover from this? Whoa, what is this thing? Did the Lindworm warp the very fabric of space and time? Is this another dimension? I must confess, I'm utterly bewildered. has been rent in two. We appear to have completely left the realm of logic behind. I'm not sure I understand what's going on anymore, folks. Something that defies all comprehension is unfolding before our very eyes! Relentless assault! The champion is hard-pressed. The battle has reached a fever pitch, but the champion still stands. There's so many of them. Stay strong, I beg you.
Add to 4% in rage, and I am top DPS. This is not good.
Back to cancer.
People are just bad. We have too many deaths.
Nice.
No, I'm playing Machinist. Excuse me. Just want to fuck around with Dragon Bolt. Just let me kill this bitch.
How is Dragon Bolt?
Pretty damn good spot right now. Dragon Bolt team won. I don't know if you've muted the Pokemon stuff channel in the server yet. Yeah, the video that Tony posted today was a Dragon Bolt team.
I remember Dragon Bolt's used to, swap, right?
Nope. Nope, Dragon Bolt is just, he has one of the highest base speeds in the game. He's just fast as fuck and has pretty good typing with a Ghost Dragon.
creating more of itself! Some curious props have appeared. What could they possibly be? Again, they've taken on the champion's form! This bodes ill! And they're down. Can they recover from this? Oh, they're up! What fighting spirit! Alas, the battle isn't over yet. But don't despair, champion! The Lindworm is creating more of itself! Some curious props have appeared. What could they possibly be? Again, they've taken on the champion's form! This bodes ill! I've got a serious case of deja vu here.
Die there.
The mutation is corrupting the champion. Oh, let's hope they keep it together. Something's coming. Stay on your toes.
No idea what gets me.
Oh no, they've been felled with a vengeance. Oh, they're up! What fighting spirit!
Are those like trolls or are they just really big dudes?
They're hill giants.
So they're just really big dudes.
Alas, the battle isn't over yet. But don't despair, champion. The Lindworm is creating more of itself! Some curious props have appeared. What could they possibly be? Again, they've taken on the champion's form! This bodes ill. Oh no, they've been felled with a vengeance! Oh, they're up! What fighting spirit! I've got a serious case of deja vu here.
And give this card.
Dollop randoms.
Yep. There's no wrong people died, but bullshit. Have I been playing perfect? No. Have I wiped us? Also no. All of my deaths have been personal.
Alas, the battle isn't over yet. But don't despair, champion. The Lindworm is creating more of itself!
I have a feeling you and Tony are going to have a lot of fun with phase 2. There's actually a lot of tank smokes.
Some curious props have appeared. What could they
I'm gonna
possibly
teach Tony
be?
how to jerk.
Yeah.
Do you say jerk?
Sure.
Again, they've taken on the champion's form! This bodes ill!
I only have one enemy.
Tanks basically have two abilities to aggro swell. Provoke grabs aggro, and Shirk sends all your aggro to another player.
And they're down! Can they recover from this? Oh, they're up! What fighting spirit! I've got a serious case of deja vu here. The mutation is corrupting the champion. Oh, let's hope they keep it together. Something's coming. Stay on your toes. Oh no, they've been felled with a vengeance. And they're back in action. Can they turn the tide?
That was bullshit.
What is this thing? Did the Lindworm warp the very fabric of space and time? Is this another dimension? I must confess, I'm utterly bewildered. Destructiveness! The ring has been rent in two! We appear to have completely left the realm of logic behind. I'm not sure I understand what's going on anymore, folks. Something that defies all comprehension is unfolding before our very eyes!
How did I get clipped by that?
Very careful.
That was a little bit bullshit, and I want to play Pokemon for a little bit before I go to bed.
I get the elo up.